Hey folks, Pauleh here, and I am playing Banished. Now here's a bit of an update. I've expanded quite a bit. As you can see here, we've started moving our houses down this way. I finally got rid of the Forester's Lodge as the area was cleared. And then you can see up here our population. We're over 100 people now, well over 100, about 120. And one thing that has just sort of crept up on me that I wasn't really paying attention to, but I should have, was my food. Now my food was bouncing around 26,000, maybe more, maybe 29, and suddenly it dropped down to about 15,000. So my food is dropping quick. So I am trying to bring that back up. The good thing is I've got plenty of people now, and the cool thing is that, yeah, well, I can't really do it now, or can I? So I've been buying food whenever it turns up, just to sort of stock it up, although I'm kind of ominous about the numbers here, 666. Somewhat dodgy, but there you go. I'm only going for the stuff that's valued at 1, and what I'm doing is selling herbs because no one actually needs it. And the herbs are worth like 4 each time, so it's a nice little currency to, you know, I've just used like a quarter of my stock, and you know, I've just got a whole bunch of food, which is quite nice. So I've got people working there. I may increase the amount of herbalists I have, but so far I don't need to. Now, what I've done is I got some sheep. There's actually quite a few things I've done which I do need to bring you up to speed on. So I got some sheep. I let go of all my chickens and increased the size of the pen. That's probably why my food's gone down a little bit as well. And we've just actually hit the maximum size here. So we're starting to get a bit of mutton, which is quite nice. That's a bit of extra food. Mostly I wanted this for the wool, so I can go ahead and make warm coats. Where's the tailor? Okay, so warm coats require leather and wool. Now I'm getting leather from the hunting cabins, and I'll get plenty of wool now, so my goal has been to make warm coats, basically the best quality coat as possible, because now people are having to move larger distances because we're expanding. And yeah, I've done that. I also upgraded the blacksmith to start making steel tools, which is a mix of steel, log, iron and coal. So the mines have been digging out coal and iron. Sorry, coal and iron. I have to keep swapping between whenever one gets low. Probably switch it over to iron now. Eventually I'll get like a secondary mine set up somewhere and probably have people working on both. This quarry is almost empty, but I'm leaving them to it for the moment. Now let's have a look. So I've got like 9 labourers doing nothing right now, so I'll soon put them to work. In fact, let's assign a few more builders, because I basically built a hunting cabin and a gatherer's hut in this area. Now this is quite far away, but I think my goal is going to be just to have an additional area to sort of get food from, which is going to be quite helpful to me. Someone's hungry? How are you hungry? Okay, that was a bit worrying, but I think we're okay. So yeah, my food's sort of hovering around that area at the moment, so I've got to be careful. I also obtained some potatoes, potato seeds, so we've been growing potatoes here, just to give a variety of food. My happiness was dropping, but I got one person working in the chapel, and that sort of fixed that. Hospital, I've got one person manning it, although I don't think I need to yet. I actually had a child called Fourborn, so that was interesting. But yeah, Town of Hope is going quite well. Got this bridge here and the tunnel just to make access a little bit easier, try and make, you know, shorten the paths people have to take whenever I can. In fact, it probably wouldn't hurt to try and get one across here, although it would have to go straight across. We'll see. So the amount of logs hasn't gone down, and the amount of firewood has stayed at a healthy rate. That's good. Basically food's the concern right now. Some of the storage barns, they've actually got quite a lot of room, just because I've made a few more storage barns here and there. We've got a couple here just for the wheat and mutton. Why is there only... Did this finally get built? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're going to have this hunting cabin. Sadly, it doesn't encompass the whole area. It goes into the lake a little bit, but that should be enough. I probably want to get... I've got plenty of labourers. Why don't we go ahead and just say clear out this area of stone. I might do the same for the iron. There we go. I could probably do this bit too. And I'm probably going to build my next quarry in this area. I've got these big mountains here to build more mines and just keep this as the sort of industrial area because it's going to tarnish the land and I won't be able to use it afterwards anyway. But it's helpful now that I've got an excess of citizens that I can put to work. That definitely helps. Speaking of which, the cemetery is almost full. I'm going to have to build another one soon. Probably make it max size, and then that should just keep me set for a long time now. I have 200 wood, that's quite cool. That's the most amount of wood I've seen collected from here. I've always assumed that eventually, you know, your Forester's Lodge will, because they keep planting trees, will get to a point where they've got plenty of trees to cut down. Like here, this area is a lot more, what's the word? There is a word for this. Dense? Yeah, it's more denser, so... because they've been planting trees. Although I feel that when you build a building, it kind of takes it away, but... I put this on the very edge just so it overlaps. We get this bit of area to make use of, which is quite nice. Even 800 venison's fine. The good thing is as well, you know, we've got the sheep here, so they're being slaughtered when they cross over, and that's actually give me 800. Okay, that's awesome. What I'm trying to do now is get cattle from the merchants whenever they come by. Now, one thing I don't understand, in fact, I might test this. I don't have any... Okay, so... let's see if this works. Like, I have the option to select the animal, and if I go to my town hall, it says that I have cattle. Cattle, sheep and chickens. However, I don't know if it works that way, in the sense that seeds you just plant and they grow, but you know, the animals, you need a physical animal, unless by selecting that, after a bunch of time, they'll eventually just appear. I don't know if that's the case. I have a feeling I need to get them from the merchant, but what we're going to do is just wait and see if it actually happens. So I've got plenty of citizens, we'll leave them to it. I'm quite happy with this pasture. I think I'll build another one somewhere because, I mean, I'm getting warm coats and eventually I'll have an excess and so on. Just gotta be careful with the food though. Gotta make sure I keep that up. This storage barn I built mostly for this here, but I've been putting everything in. Although, to be honest, I'm going to build another storage barn around here. One thing I do need to do is build a... maybe I'll wait till they remove that and then I'll build a road. See, someone said you hold down shift. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, that works. Hell yeah. Wish I'd known about that sooner. Everyone seems to be sort of going this way, so... and then from here... maybe just bring it up to here. So we use a lot of stone for that, but I do have quite a bit saved up. I need more herbs though. But luckily no one's been using them, everyone's healthy, everyone's fed, so... I think they only require herbs when they don't have a coat, and then, you know, they get cold, maybe they get ill because of it, or if they don't eat enough they get ill. And that's when the herbs come into play, but ever since I got to the point where everyone was 100% clothed and fed, I've never had to use herbs again, so... I want to say that's the reason. Now, the reason why I built the gatherer's hut, and I do need to increase the amount of people I have working here. Let me just make sure I've got this maxed out, may as well. Don't need that many builders though. Let's have a look. Herbalist, where's the gatherer? Okay, so we got enough gatherers. What about huntsman? Hunter, okay. So if we take a look at so the last year for this, they pretty well got about 2,000, just under, but the year before that they definitely had 2,000 bits of food gathered from that one gathering cut. Same for not that one. Same for this one, they had about 2,000. And these have been collecting the most food out of any food production source that I've got down, so it's definitely a great way of making food. Maybe I should change what we can plant here. I can only do pears, never mind. Wow, this sheep pen's doing really well, okay. So, yeah. That's why I built another gatherer's hut and a hunting lodge up here. The hunting lodge is mostly just a double for hide, so I can use the hide to make coats. So having the double use is quite nice. The fishing docks are okay, not amazing, but they're doing a decent job. I'm probably going to need a secondary storage barn here in a moment. Wheat seeds, I've already got those. Yes, so no cattle ever came about from this place, so we'll just go ahead and... I could stop them from working, to be honest, or I could just split this. I've been having... oh, hang on, let's try it. Let's change it to sheep. There we go. I can now split that. We'll put some over here. May as well make use of both of them until I can actually get proper cattle, and then I'll just empty out that pen. I'll probably build another pasture somewhere full size, just so we can get the food from the cows. Originally I was building the pasture purely for cows, just for their hide, but I can't say we need that anymore. But my food's slowly going back up, so that's good, but it means that I'm probably on the threshold now, so if I expand I'll probably want to build more food sources, which is fine. Now, I didn't really place this market in a good place, I never really realised, but because I'm building a lot more houses in this area, I'm probably going to have to place it somewhere down here to encompass this whole area. Like all the creation stuff, like all the industrial stuff's over here, you know, we've got our woodcutters, we've got, you know, basically everything is in this area. So, in that department was set. Maybe get another herbalist, to be honest, just so I can make, just so I've got some sort of currency of the trade, but to be honest, I'm not sure if it's even worth it. Then again, I'm not using herbs, so that's good, whereas hide coats, if I put in warm coats on here, then, you know, it's, warm coats are worth 20, that is a lot. That's a lot to trade. But maybe that'll be my trading currency eventually. Same with steel tools, what are steel tools like? I always consider steel tools are only 10, whereas iron tools are only 8, so hardly seems worth it in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it's only one extra ingredient or one extra material, which is coal, to make steel tools, but still. I think the best is probably the warm coat, so maybe I need a secondary tailor, to be honest. Maybe that's my Gonna have to be my next sort of project to work on. But right now I need to make sure all my storage, I've got plenty of storage barns, which I have at the moment just because our food went down a little bit. Now I do need to build a hut around here. Now the thing is, I've got to be careful. I don't want to build too many items in this area because I have a feeling it takes away from the... Well, maybe someone can answer this for me. If I have buildings, does that sort of take up some of the real estate in this circle? So the more buildings I have, it means the less area for animals to be, which in turn leads to less animals to hunt. Because that's why I haven't really been building too much with inside the foresters' lodges, for that reason. But luckily we can build a storage barn along here. Actually fit a few in, but I think one will do for now. But we've progressed a few years. I mean, I was trying to get a bit further before I did another video, but since we were having this food shortage and I had actually started doing quite a bit, I figured I'd give you a quick update. Let's take a look at the graph, shall we? Look at the population. Can I switch it? We're up to, let's go to 100 years. So this is what's happened. This is when we started. And then we had that population dip where I was almost done for. And then I managed to recoup and we've just been slowly growing. And we're doing quite well. I'm very happy. Yeah, we're getting plenty of food from these pens. I'm amazed. I'm gonna need more just room to store stuff here soon. More stockpiles. But things are going well. I'm probably gonna I can't build, say I've been spreading everything out by 3 just so stuff doesn't catch on fire, so I won't be able to build another house all the way along here unless I don't keep that, you know, set distance I've been sort of sticking to. Chickens, I don't think I will need any more chickens. They're okay, but I don't know if they're as good as the sheep and that. Right now this has produced 1200 mutton, this little pen. And once this one's full again, that's going to be another 1000 for some reason. It's less than this smaller pen, but it's going to be pretty good. So there's going to be a lot of food coming in, which is nice. One thing I probably should do is build a few more wells dotted around, in case anything happens. But why not I build it here, next to the road? Hopefully that will service this area, I'm not sure. And where did we build a well last? We got one there. Maybe build one here. Put it in the middle, why not? The last thing I want is for a fire to decimate this area, you know. I've actually got room for one here, so I'll just plop it down. Okay. Yeah, this gatherer's hut's been doing a decent job. So is the hunting cabin. Now I finally worked out as well while I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. I'm pretty sure I did, but I was never 100% sure on how it actually worked. You know, why you sometimes get like the fishing dock picking up certain types of food or wood, and that's just like if a tree falls down here or if something's left on the ground, they'll go out and pick it up and bring it to a storage barn, and that counts as production. So I never realised that. So just figured I'd mention that now. Definitely got enough wood everywhere. I could probably squeeze in another stockpile here. May have to. I really like tunnels in this game. I think that's an awesome feature. Anyway, that's it for now, folks. Hope you enjoy the progress I'm making, and I'm probably going to continue to expand and probably get some more food sources down, just so we can... I'm kind of curious to how big we can go with this town. I don't think I'm going to get to a point where I, end up losing, but then again, my food is sort of iffy at the moment, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and join me again. Goodbye.